I am definitely still a kid at heart. My house looks like a rich fourth grader lives there. I think through toys. It's how I view the world, it's how I interact with the world, and it's just a lot of fun. My name is Brian McCarty, and I am best described as a toy photographer. I got started in photography about the age 12. It was a time when I was supposed to grow up and stop playing with toys, and instead they transitioned into subjects for my photography. And then all through high school and art school and my career since, it's all I've ever photographed. Well, when I started, it was just play. It was, emulating the commercials and cartoons of, 1980s Memphis, Tennessee. And then these sort of fun, action-y photos gave way to narrative tableaus. And it wasn't long after that that my teenage angst kind of came into it. Well, early on, the toys were all off the shelf. They were stuff that I had in my collection. In the last 6-7 years, the toys have been from the art toy community. It's a loose association of artists from around the world who have chosen to view toys as a medium of artistic expression. Most of the time it was just they'd give me a character and I'd maybe ask them what's the motivation of the character, where does it go, what does it do, and then I would go off and do my thing. I mean, War Toys for the first time was, the toys weren't me. They weren't projections of myself, they were projections of these kids. So War Toys allows children to articulate their experiences of war, occupation, terrorism through a collaborative process. I essentially go and interview kids working with established therapists and use art therapy. I ask them to draw a picture or write a letter or somehow express what they've seen, what they feel, what they've heard. And from those drawings, I then go and buy local toys and recreate at the actual locations what they've described. Well, the children in the therapeutic process or in the art therapy process generally are excited because they're drawing, it's fun, it's adorable, which then makes what they're drawing all the more disturbing. I watched a little girl coloring in pools of blood, and it was my first couple days there and the first art therapy session that I had, and it was hard. Children are smart, they know what's going on, they know what's happening, they have emotions attached to it all, but their language abilities may not be there. So they could never sit there and tell you, this is what happened to me, this is how I feel about it. And so as a result, their accounts of war aren't seen or aren't valued. To have someone interested in their perspective and someone who wanted to see what they were drawing, that alone kind of validates feelings and makes it better. It does take some time though for them to really get through and get perspective on their experiences. It's hard to say exactly where I'll end up. I've thought about Somalia, I've thought about Afghanistan, I've thought about Iraq, I've thought even about southern Mexico and the drug wars. Really wherever these things are happening, and I think that children's perspectives are underserved or unseen.